I need to save that time, don't I? I'm gonna do that. Wait, what? Is that video delayed? I think it is. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Hello, everyone. That was weird. Anyway. Yeah, Kirby looks fast. Oh, are my settings correct? They should be. So, yeah, hello. Again. I've strategically switched my controller to port 4 because red Kirby is the best Kirby, and if you're a 4th player, you get defaulted to red Kirby. It doesn't matter what color you use. I mean, I could just like use the X buttons to switch, but when I was like playing this game, like primarily, I would just like leave my controller on port 4 because I wouldn't have to change the color and it'd already be red. So, but yeah. So I'm gonna be using several different vehicles on in this game. It'll be a quicker run. I guess I'll go ahead and give a countdown and we can start. Okay, I'll go 3, 2, 1, go. So 3, 2, 1, go. Purple. Yeah, purple's pretty good. I'll give you that. So this is Kirby ARAT. It's a cool game. You basically play as Kirby and you get to use a bunch of vehicles. Kind of like the main, like the original one is like the Warp Star. So that was kind of like the initial idea of the game anyway, is that you're driving on the Warp Star, but there's like 16 different vehicles you can use, and the other 15 aren't Warp Stars, so there's even more in other game modes, but this one there's 15 anyway. I'm going to be using the wheelie scooter for most of it. It's primarily the fastest. It goes fast when it catches air. It goes fast on the ground when you kill enemies, and then there's also a couple like scooter specific glitches that I'm going to be using. One of them is called the spin dash, where like if you spin and turn towards the wall and you charge, then you'll like zip along the wall. Hey, no, there's also jet and bulk. And slick. So, sorry, a lot of things are happening at once right now. One of the big mechanics about this game that makes it pretty cool is when you kill enemies, you get a burst of speed. So it's one of the things that makes the game go pretty fast. And it causes like the power-up routing to actually be relevant. Because like if you get certain power-ups and kill certain enemies, then it's nice. And then there's also a few other cases where like it's nice to have sword for like a couple things to like on one of the courses there's like some glass that you can break with a sword, whereas like if you don't have sword you have to like spin through it, which is slower. There's certain cases where you don't want to have plasma because you can't spin when you have plasma, because if you spin the joystick it charges up the plasma instead. It's like right there, I had to like get rid of it before I landed, so I wanted to do a spin dash. One of the glitches, I should probably explain it. So outside of like the spin dashing, the glitch that I'm doing right now, the reason why I like kept that speed for so long while I was sliding is there's a Japanese specific glitch for this vehicle where if you catch air while charging, then for the remainder of that charge you'll have like better speed retention. I don't really know why it happens, but it's a thing. I think it technically kind of still occurs on the US version, but not like to an extent that it can be used. So like right here I start charging here, and then like I preserve the speed like all the way up to this rail pretty much. Whereas like on the US version, like you'd instantly slow down like almost to stopping. We're pretty sure that's because like on the Japanese version all the vehicles are lighter, so in general they're all like a little bit faster, or at least most of them are like, they range in like how much that affects it, but we're pretty sure this glitch is because of that. It's like this little lump there on the left side that I just kind of like drive over, and it causes me to do that. It's all slow, but that's fine. So this course, the fastest time's actually with scooter. You just basically abuse spin dashes and go really fast. But I'm going to be using Bulk Star, 1 because it's really cool, and 2 because it's easier. Primarily because it's cool. I can consistently get faster times with scooter, but I wanted to show this off because you get to drive backwards as like an actual strat at the beginning. The way this vehicle works, it's probably, if you ever played the game casually, it's probably the worst vehicle of all time. Like, why would anyone ever use this thing? But the way it works is basically when you charge, it basically gives it fuel, and then it releases the charge over time as like acceleration. So in this game, like from a full charge, it adds about 60 or so kilometers an hour. So the issue is normally like if you're just going from like a stop, you'll get up to like 60 or so kilometers an hour, which isn't very fast. But if you're sliding when you start doing it, like you'll have some speed, like I don't know, from like 20 or so. Then it'll get up to like 80. But if you go off a jump and you're falling, then the charge won't start being used until you hit the ground. But as you're falling, you're gaining speed, so you can hit the ground at like 45 or so, and then I can get up to like 105 kilometers an hour. So you spend like a lot more time going at a higher speed, and then like even once the boost wears off, like when you start decelerating, you decelerate fairly slowly, so you get to utilize that higher speed for a lot longer. So pretty much we just change from boost to boost, or jump to jump, I mean, with that. So it's pretty cool. The first time I saw it, like my jaw actually dropped for like a whole minute. I was like, what is going on right now? This is insane. So yeah, you also just get to like watch Kirby as he like shakes weirdly. This game also has excellent camera control, which is cool. You can like turn around and look at Kirby as he's chilling, which is something that F-Zero GX does not have, which makes this a better game. I guess I should probably explain the controls a little bit. They're pretty basic. You only have one button and the joystick. You can use either the A button or L or R. They'll do the same thing. It's your brake. It's your like, if you think of like Mario Kart mini turbos, it's like charging that. It helps you turn. It uses some power ups. It sucks up enemies. It does just about everything. So, pretty much like because of that, there's some situations where like you have to be careful because like the third glitch with the scooter is kind of like a spin dash, except there's certain walls you don't have to spin on, and it won't be as much speed as a spin dash, but it'll be useful like in some cases. But part of the issue is like if you're holding A to do that, sometimes you'll suck up an enemy that you don't want. So there's like sometimes we'll like purposely get a different enemy just so that like when you're going past that other one, like you don't have to worry about sucking it up. Yeah, the menus have more controls. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, rip Slick, dude. I'm not good with Slick. Slick's cool, but like I'll leave that for no dupes. Slick Star is like the barely, I shouldn't say barely competitive. It's like the lowest of the high tier vehicles, and it's really cool to like use well, but it's really hard, and it's like such a different playstyle. But it's also not like by and large by far the best like Scooter is, or like Rocket is like just behind it. So this is like the only course that it's like you would ever want to use it on, but I'm better with Scooter. Probably largely due to the fact that like since I practice Scooter on so many courses, it just like transfers better. I was like, I didn't really want this chili, but sometimes it's kind of hard to avoid him, so doing exactly the thing that I was saying. I was like doing the wall slide, but since I was holding A, I like zipped by it and then sucked him up. Yeah, this is like what I was talking about. Like, I did it on lap 2 too. But, like, I grabbed the sword and then Kirby like slashes that ice away, so I don't have to spin to it. When you spin, you like lose a little bit of speed. You lose speed faster and your top speed's lower when you're spinning, so it's kind of annoying to have to spin to clear that. It's pretty slow, so. Also right here, I just kind of like drove over that and get a tiny bit of speed. Also, if you flick left, right, that's how you spin. You don't even have to do like a full like circle. So I keep forgetting. I have like my splits open just to like look at, and like I keep forgetting to split. It's been so long since I've like run this category. So Sky Sands here is like one of my favorite courses. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of enemies. You don't do that many spin dashes, but there's a lot of enemies to kill, so you get a lot of speed out of that. Oh, dang. So you can get that enemy every time. Shoutouts to Skazi. Wait, I don't remember. I think it was him complaining that it was RNG, and its position is RNG, but you can get it every time. I'm pretty sure it was him that complained about that, unless I'm misremembering. But I feel like it was him. Oh yeah. So if you go to Bing Translate and like translate the characters that like make the Japanese names, Bing Translate's really bad. You get like really weird names. So that's what Jiggy's talking about right now. Oh, that was weird. There's something right there that I do. If you, for like the first third of your spin, you're actually invincible. So like those platforms, they'll randomly fall once you get to like a certain checkpoint before it, and like sometimes they'll just fall on you and they'll like body you, and they'll slow you down and stuff like that. But if you spin like right as they land on you, then you get like a third of a second of invulnerability, and like if they do land on you, you just kind of like be pushed up through them instead, but like you won't get slowed down or anything. So that's why I was spinning through there. Also, this is like really bad for me. Like a pretty good time sub 2, so 206 is not good. 205. That's fine. So here I'm going to use Jetstar. The world record's actually with Scooter, and I'm better with Scooter, but Jet's fun, so I kind of messed up there. But I'll show. Basically, the way this vehicle works is every time you catch air, you get like a short burst of speed. And it's like pretty fast, and like it's a pretty strong burst of speed. The thing is, your speed falls off pretty quickly when you're in the air, but when you're on the ground, it's like it lasts a lot longer. So like I get the burst of speed, and then I instantly drop to the ground to preserve it better, and then like I chain more of them together if I can. So like right there, I was going like 170 or something kilometers an hour. So I get like 5. That's like zipping down that hill. So there's like this course and Sky Sand, so like the only 2 courses that this vehicle is like seriously competitive on. I'm no good on Sky Sand. It's like a lot harder. It's better there than it is here. It's actually better than Scooter by like a significant amount, but it's just so hard to do that I use Scooter there. And then here, like the second best time on this course uses this vehicle. So even though like the world record's with Scooter, it's not like this one's really any worse. It's just kind of a matter of preference. Scooter ends up being more consistent a lot of the time, but this is fun too, so. Unfortunately, if you're like holding A when you actually catch air, you don't get the speed from it. So like I kind of messed up on that last one. So like I pressed A a moment too early. So the tornado power-up's kind of cool in that use right there, because when you're spinning, the tornado actually like goes way above your head. Like the hitbox is way above your head, so I can like hit those spinies even when I'm below them. Oops, wrong course. Also, the menuing route that I'm doing is like kind of out of order than like what it would be, because I'm not using Scooter in like a couple places. Like the route that I use would be like fastest if I was using Scooter on Celestial Valley and Nebula Belt as well, which is like what I use for PB. But since I use different vehicles, it's like a different route. I didn't want to like bother trying to figure out what the optimal route would be. Like the menuing route, I mean, for using those other vehicles, but oh. Menuing is a pretty big meme anyway, because like this category is actually timed on in-game time, so like worrying about my menuing doesn't really matter. Plus, it's only like maybe a second or two. Whereas if you compare it to just like doing the hardest stuff first in a run to like try and get out of the way if you're going for PB, like the time safety you'll get from that is so much more than like the 1 maybe 2 seconds of menuing, I think. But it's fun to like calculate, I guess, anyway. Like what would be the fastest. Sorry if you hear my phone buzzing. It's kind of quiet, so I don't know if you hear it or not, but it should be done now. Yeah, I'm not really showing it off very well because I'm bad, but like this course, when you do it really fast, it's like this course is actually insane if you like are flying through it at like extremely good levels. It'd be kind of fun to like make a task of it, especially not like a non-ridiculously optimized task, because I'm not like I like don't know how to do that. But even just like doing everything that I know how to do as best as I can figure out how to do it in a type task, like I think it'd be pretty fun to do. You could get like insanely good times, probably like a sub 130 or something. Yeah, not even sub 2, dude. That was awful. Yeah, I'm not playing too well. That's fine, I guess. Still get to show off Kirby. That's what matters. It wouldn't even be necessarily a theory task, because like a theory task is strictly like doing all things that are like reasonable for humans to do, like as fast as you can figure out how to do them. It would literally just be like a non-optimized task. I guess it kind of would be a theory task, but still like I feel like it wouldn't be optimized enough to like really count to be like that. I don't know. I guess you could call it a theory task. Oh yeah, so this course, there's like this windmill here. If you get picked up by it, it's like really, really slow. So that's kind of why I've been like slowing down to dodge it. Also, I haven't really talked about it because it hasn't really mattered, but there's 2 power-ups in this game that like change your, like the vehicle you're driving essentially. Like you get turned into a wheel if you suck up a wheel, or you turn into a bird if you suck up a bird. And like especially the bird is like pathetically slow. The wheel isn't too bad, especially like if you know how to drive it. Just like it would be like a high mid-tier vehicle if like you could just drive it normally, but obviously it's not as good as like high-tier vehicles. But really, it's like the bird is so slow. So there's like a few cases, especially on this course, where there's birds, where I'll like try and have another power-up when I come by them, so that I don't have to worry about sucking them up. Like these ones right here, like if I can keep the spike all the way to there, which I managed to do just fine, then like it's good. And these ones are kind of annoying, but I just kind of spin dash past them, it's fine. That wasn't too bad. That was a pretty good time. My PB, I think it's a 203 or 204. Oops, what am I got here? So to get a 207 isn't too bad. So this is where I'm going to be using Rocket Star for the last 2 courses. Rocket Star gets the most speed out of boosts, and also the most speed out of killing enemies. So it's useful on courses with like a lot of enemies, a lot of boost plates, and oh nice, I got boosts. Places that don't have like a ton of turns. If you like lose your speed though, it's like off. Like in that tunnel before I killed those 2 Dales, like I was going so slow because I messed up. The thing I was saying, oh cool, I got boostless, is like the boost that I just did right there. If you manage to get the sword from the first lap all the way to like the jump on the second lap, then you can skip doing a boost because you just like slash through the Scarfies, and it's fast. That wasn't too bad. It's like not too hard to get to him, especially on the Japanese version. On the Japanese version, like Rocket Star is way faster. Also, this little thing here, if I get it, yeah, I got it. For some reason on this course, if you release A, just like there's a pretty small timing window. I think it's like 5 or 6 frames or something. So I guess it's not really that small. But like if you release the boost during that time, instead of starting at like 83 kilometers an hour, for some reason like on this course you start at like 117. You just like go flying off a little bit faster. So it's pretty minor, but I can get it pretty consistently like almost every time. So I don't really know why it does it. I feel like it's just like part of the course, just like you drive over it in like a weird way, and it gives you like actually I don't even like know how to explain like why it happens, but it does, and it's fast. So something I didn't explain because it doesn't happen with Scooter, but on vehicles that aren't natively touching the ground, like Scooter is, it's like always touching the ground, but I probably shouldn't have boosted there. Rocket Star only touches the ground like when you tap A, and most floating vehicles, like all the floating vehicles, do that. You only get the effects of things that are on the ground if you tap A. So if you tap A on a boost plate, like with Scooter, you just have to drive over it and you get it. But with this, like you have to tap A on it. But if you tap A twice, you can actually just get the boost twice. Slow. Or in some cases, if you're going like really slow, you can get it a third time too. Also, I can skip doing a little boost here on lap 3. There's enough enemies to kill, so we don't mess it up, and it's free, despite what Pair Strike says. So this course is pretty cycle based. Like that rail there in like the middle before the like split path there. That rail moves every 5 seconds or so, right? I think it's 5. No, it's every. I think it's a little bit less. I think every cycle is like 13 seconds or something. So I'm afraid. Okay. I almost sucked up the bird there. It, like almost sucked it up behind me. Oh, that's time by the way. Totally forgot to call time. So I'm dumb. But yeah, really short game. It's really easy to just like talk through and then. Yeah, 2035, pretty good. So that was ARAT. I want to show off one thing really fast with Bulk Star, if there's time for that. Wait, do I have it? I do. Okay. It'll be like 20 seconds, because Bulk Star is the wonder vehicle. So if you mash A, you can fly. So like this is me holding A down, but then if I release A, I have like upward height. I have to like make sure I like don't touch the ceiling or else it'll like bounce me down. But if you mash A for some reason, like you get height. Oh, wait, am I good? Am I good? Can I save it? I saved it. Okay. Yeah, if you hit the air, you like, or if you hit the ceiling, you like bounce off of it. So I gotta like make sure I don't do that. I messed up. Okay. But yeah, you can fly forever. It's a pretty good meme. But yeah, that's all I have. Thanks for watching. Should have done air. I don't think I had air glider. Plus the issue with that is like, if when you're tapping A, you like slam into the ground, because like every 100 feet or whatever the numbers are. Like if you tap A and like slam down into the thing. Oh, sorry, air glider, not high jump. You're right. I don't think I had air glider though, unless I'm just blind. I might have. Did I? Oh no, I don't have it. Yeah. Air glider, you're right. It shows it off better there, but I don't have air glider on this save. Anyway. Yep. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget Dale.